say, PC tools for managers, okay? That's an example just showing how the PC can help them in their management decision. 2 years later, and you look at that course, it's completely different because new tools are being developed, so you have to go with it. And I think that the computer courses are exciting to me because they change a lot. I like teaching the computer courses in the MBA because there you're at the forefront. You're talking to the manager, and the manager is going to be a manager, or the future manager. 2 or 3 years from now, they'll be managers, and you're giving them the tools to help them. So I think they're kind of exciting. There are some courses that just don't hit, when you teach. You think you're doing a poor job in a course, and in most cases you're right. You're doing a poor job, and you don't know why. You're teaching the same material. It's just the character of the students and the character relationship you have with the students is different. And I haven't had many occasions like that, but I've had a couple, and it's disturbing to me. I don't know why it happens, and you're almost helpless to correct it. It's a feeling you have, and it's a mesh that you have that just doesn't work, and you don't know why, and it just doesn't work. But you're puzzled about it. But in most cases, I would say I enjoy any of the courses I teach. I like teaching brand new courses, developing brand new courses, only because I learn a lot when I do that. So I gain more out of it than simply just imparting it to the students. I have to learn it, and I have to understand it, and I enjoy that.
Great. As a professor, tell me about the day in the life of the academic superstar you are.
Oh, really? Okay.
And how has the routine changed through the years?
Oh, it's changed. It's changed a lot. Let's take my early years. All of my time was spent either preparing for a class, teaching a class, preparing for a course that I'm taking. So it was all academic. Everything was academically oriented. Through the years, that thing has changed. Bureaucracy has moved in. You not only have to prepare for classes, but you also have reports you have to do. You have to look at self-evaluation. You have to do a lot of little things that weren't present earlier on. I think the college was a lot freer then. Now bureaucracy has creeped in within the college, and I think by forces outside the college, lending forces, the federal government and things like that. But it forces and it puts pressure on faculty that's not academic, and as a result, I think it takes away from the academic atmosphere that we want to give in the college. It was one of the reasons why I gave up the MBA program. It just became too bureaucratic. I was more concerned about projections for students than I was about students. And you can't do that if you're running a program, I feel. I had very little time to sit down and do free thinking. And that's important for anyone, a faculty member, to sit down and do some free thinking. Right now you're bombarded with so many different things that you don't have time to free think. So it's changed a lot. It really has changed a lot. And I think that the faculty react to it too, and are reacting to it.
Okay, so what are some of the faculty committees or student-run organizations that you've served as a moderator on?
Oh gosh, I have a list of hundreds. I mean, since 1961. Oh gosh. Well, let's take a look at the student activities. Some of them were they were fun. moderator of the football club, moderator of the golf club, moderator of Sigma Alpha Sigma Phi, on a lot of selection committees for the Blue Cross, Gold Cross, the Evening Division, moderator of the ACM, that's the Association of Computing Machinery, the student. So there have been a lot of activities with students, faculty committees. Oh gosh, almost all of them. I really have to say almost all of them, except the promotion committee. I've never been on the promotion committee, but I've been on the tenure committee for years. You know, from 1961, you can't avoid some of the committees. So I've been on a lot of different committees in the college. Most of them have been rewarding. Some have been duds, you know. But that's life, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask, what are some of the most rewarding ones?
Well, tenure is always rewarding. That has been, and also the middle states evaluation, that has been rewarding because it's a time to self-evaluate and look at yourself and make corrections. So that's a good committee to be on. I've been on visiting teams to other colleges, evaluating them using middle states, and I always found those very rewarding because you go in and make sure that they're doing what they say they're doing, and but you also get a cross-pollination of ideas from them, and it's a give and take type of thing. It's really very nice. So the tenure committee would be very good. Faculty Senate committee committee that I'm the representative of that, and I find that rewarding because that's where you battle the things out. So they are probably my top two committees, with the standing committees and the other committee, the middle states. They're probably the top three.
With your affiliations, have you gotten to speak to Congress or anyone in Washington?
No, I've not. No.
That would be exciting for you, I think.
I guess with almost anyone. Yeah. No, I have not.
Because I would think that you would make a good representative for a Jesuit college science departments in like a place like Washington, and you know, in front of the committee meetings.
Yeah.
Who don't want to give funds to colleges.
Yeah.
You sound like you'd be a good spokesman for that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never been approached or even thought of that. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's coming.
Yeah. Who knows?
Down to the last four.
Okay.
Guys, you're doing good. You're doing good. Okay. Okay, tell me about some of the teachers in your in the departments throughout the years. First for the math, I guess, some of your colleagues, and your impressions of them.
Oh yeah. I think they're all good. Some of them are very, very strict. They teach the discipline, which I think is important, as I mentioned before. But some of them are not only have talent in that area, but they have talent in teaching to students, which I think is important. I think on a whole, the math department has a lot of talent. My feeling is I would hope that there'd be a couple more teaching to students, because I think students have difficulty in mathematics, and I'm not quite sure that we're that sympathetic to the students' plight. Computer science department, I find that there are some talented people in that department. I find that we have to think, one of the problems I think in the computer science department is that it doesn't move fast enough. I think that we have to keep abreast of how we can relate to other departments. I think we were a fairly large degree granting department. I think our role is changing, and I think our faculty has to meet that challenge. I'm not quite sure that they do. And the challenge is to support other departments. So we're more moving from a degree granting to a supportive department, which is where I think we should be anyway. But I like my colleagues in the department. So in the MBA program, I have the highest regard because I dealt with a lot of different faculty there, and most of them are full time from a lot of different disciplines, and I've learned a lot from that. So I find that's been rewarding.
Okay. And the last one would be computer science, I guess, or would that be interchangeable with the MBA?
No, I think I mentioned the computer science also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I did mention that. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thick. Actually, you answered. We're down to the last one.
Good.
Okay, what is your teaching philosophy?
Oh, okay. My
In
teaching philosophy. Well, it's going to sound very corny, okay, but I have to say it because I've always felt this way. I felt that you are an urn that has to empty everything you have to someone else, and I really feel that way. I don't think I hold back at all in terms of teaching. And I try to teach to all levels. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not, but I try to teach at all levels. I was a very difficult student growing up. My academic career was not sterling, so I knew, and I think I know, the difficulty in learning. I did not come from an academic family. My mother had only gone through 4 grades. My father through grammar school, never touched high school. But they always respected education, but they gave me no support. And I had difficulty getting through school. But so I can be sympathetic to students who have difficulty in the subject that I'm teaching. I know how they feel, and I think sometimes I know how to get complicated concepts to them, because I first of all teach it to myself and then to them, and I can understand how I think I can communicate with them. And I feel that as a faculty member, you can't hold secrets, you know, that I'm a faculty member and I know a lot more than you. No, I want you to know as much as I can. I don't think I'm jealous at all. Some of my colleagues, some of my students got their Ph.D.s before I was, and I rejoiced before I did, and I rejoiced with them as much as I would if I had my Ph.D. at the time. I just think that you have to just empty yourself to the students. And that's my philosophy.
Excellent. Do you have any parting shots for our director, Bill Knapp?
No. Oh,
is he listening?
Yeah, he's somewhere back there.
Great.
Someone mentioned that he is the